Nobody's saying you don't have the right to draw Muhammad or to put a picture of Muhammad anywhere you want, right? Because often that gets confused here. People are saying, you're chilling her First Amendment rights. How so? No one's saying you don't have the right. They're saying, is it right? Should you do this? Not can you?
Right. There's no such thing as, I believe in freedom of speech, but. Once you say but, you're nullifying, I believe in freedom of speech.
But who's giving you a but? They're saying we don't like it, not you can't do it.
You're giving her a but. Welcome to Gimme 5, ladies and gentlemen. No pun intended there. I'm talking about B-U-T. Of course, he is sitting there saying, you have a right to do it, but is it right to do? And then he says, who's giving you a but? You're giving her a but. You, Mr. Cuomo, would like to see her and others not do what Pamela Geller and others have done. You say it's ill-advised. You take her to task. You're giving her the butt. Duh. Here's more.
The criticism is that what you did, you knew would be very provocative. Your keynote speaker is an outspoken and provocative person who is obviously an Islamophobe. So that was something that you knew would draw negative attention, and then you got negative attention.
Anyone that opposes jihad terror and Sharia is an Islamophobe. That's what you're saying.
No, he is an Islamophobe. He is a known and documented person who says ugly things about all Islam. I'm not saying you're that, but you chose him as your speaker.
I chose him as my speaker. We were targeted for slaughter. Hundreds of people standing in defense of freedom of speech were targeted for slaughter. And ever since that time, the media has been attacking me.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I don't know who the keynote speaker was. I don't know who the keynote speaker was that he's talking about. But it doesn't matter. It's words. That's not even drawing a cartoon. The keynote speaker that Cuomo's attacking, whoever he or she was, didn't even draw a cartoon. They were just speaking. What about when they put a crucifix in urine? What about when they put elephant dung on the Virgin Mary? What about when Saturday Night Live made a movie of Jesus Christ coming back as a mass murderer shooting everybody with a rifle? Did Cuomo go on CNN and say, oh, you have a right to do that, but you shouldn't do that? No, because Christians don't murder because of it. But you have some in one religion who do, so now you can't do that because they might murder. That's a little messed up. More.
Now we get into why did it happen? They're crazy extremists. They bought into an ideology that is sick and negative and wrong. That's fact. But what you did was calculated in a way that would be provocative. This isn't about not showing it because we're afraid. It's about whether it is right or not. The N-word gets treated the same way that depictions of Muhammad does.
Nonsense.
We don't say it because it's offensive, not because legally I can't.
You are adhering to Islamic law.
It's not really an explicit part of Sharia law.
Then he goes on and says it's not really a part of Sharia law. He's defending it. He says he's not, but he is. He's attacking Pamela Geller, but excusing the murderers and excusing Sharia and their role in it. It's incredible what we're watching here. More.
Since when are you sensitive to being offensive? The things you say about me are hateful and bigoted.
What have I said about you that is hateful and bigoted?
The things that the media says about calling the Tea Party racist is offensive. Since when do you care about being offensive?
There's a big difference
You are adhering to the Sharia.
You are adhering to the Sharia. Woo! Since when do you care about being offensive? Absolutely right. He has said terrible things about the Tea Party and others. Now all of a sudden, oh, you can't say anything offensive to a group? No, to one group. Why don't you just say it, Cuomo? Here's more.
It's about understanding the price of what you do. You want to put the cartoon up. You say, I'm doing this because I should be able to be what I want to be free. However, you don't extend that to Islam, not about the cartoons. You were very active in stopping them from having a place of worship by Ground Zero. You said, I don't want them there. They don't get to worship here. How is that not a complete hypocrisy?
Again, very shallow journalism. What you're saying is not so.
You didn't fight it?
There are hundreds of mosques. You made an accusation. You'll let me respond?
Please,
or no?
Please, Pam.
Hundreds of mosques in America, thousands in the country. I've never protested them. But a 15-story mega mosque in a building that was destroyed in the 9/11 attacks by the landing gear is deeply humiliating and deeply offensive.
Absolutely. Shame on Cuomo. But he doesn't care. He has no shame. It's who he is, it's who CNN is, and it's who the media are. We're coming back.